Well, good morning, guys. Good to see those of you who are on now. Welcome. Today is the final scoring before I send it off to Martin for review of this last piece. And as I listened to the piece that I did before, it had some holes as I looked at the, you can see that, can't you? So I'm going to have to change that. So give me 1 sec here, guys. 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, just adjusting so I can hide the video that you guys can't see yet, aren't allowed to see. I think that's better. I'm going to move this picture and a picture over, and that should hide the screen, I think, better. Let me see. Yeah, I think that'll work right there. Okay, so that should do it. And let me bring my chat back up. There we go. Okay, good. All right, let me look at that final picture there. Good. All right, so I have the film right there, and you can't see it, can you? There we go. Now you can't see it. All right. There we go. Okay. So, like I said, I am doing the final score for In Tenebras, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that that's done. I kind of jumped on real quick before I did all my prep, but I think this is pretty much prepped so far. I think that there's not much left to do, but there are some transitionals and some things that are happening that slows down the track against the visual. So I'm going to add those now, and hopefully that will complete this. I'll send this off to Martin this morning and get the final okay, and then I will start the mix process tomorrow on all of this and create some monster sounds. Boo! So I have some ideas for the monster sounds that I'm going to add and submit and see how those go. So I'll have to tap into um, my craziness. Hey Bob, good morning. We were doing a road trip this morning. Oh, oh my gosh, are you going to Tommy's by the studio? Is that where you're going? So Bob is such a dear friend. He and his wife Kathy. Bob is an amazing singer, does all the classics, sings jazz like nobody's business, and he's a client of mine that I do tracks for outside of film and television. And he always picks the best music to do, and I always love music he picks. And right after this, Bob, is we're going to start the next track. I am yawning, so forgive me. I have plenty of sleep, but my face apparently doesn't know it. So be safe, Bob, and yes, have a Tommy's Burgers, but take the buns off for me and remove the ketchup, and then you'll have a burger I can do. All right, be safe. Anyway, so I am going to finish this up this morning and have this sent off to the director, my dear friend Martin. And this is completion of the score that was being done the other day. All right, with that being said, enough talking, and let me get started. So I'm going to go to the first hole in the track, and it's what's going on is this is a fight scene. Oh Lord, I need more coffee. And so I don't want the fight to stop. I don't think I'm supporting the scene enough with some movement. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. Okay, here we go. Let me mute the dialogue. We're building the fight. Okay, that's the section right there that has a hole. And it's a fight, it's a fight, it's a fight. Then there's a pause. And I just want to make sure you can't see the film, and you can't. Good. So there's a pause, but I still want something moving in there that's lighter but still moving. So I think I'm going to use. All right, I think that'll work. So I'm going to turn on my metronome. I'm going to back up 2 measures. And this is starting at measure 3,262. All right, let me give this a listen. I'll see where I'm going to start it. Okay, right there. Here we go. Okay, it's not punching through the track, so I'm going to have to use something else, even all the way open. Oh, I think I have my mod wheel the wrong direction, so let me try that again, because I really like that sound. Okay, here we go. Okay, Rick, I love when I hit Control X and Control Z instead of Control Save. Redo unmute. Redo record. Okay, here we go. All right, there we go. So I'm going to save that, but I think I need something else on top. And okay, I'm going to try that. Here we go. Yeah, so that worked. It's just enough to move that scene forward. Little final things here that are just making the cue more complete. Let me turn my voice off. I'm leaking here. Oh. Hey, James, Derek, Miranda. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Petrie, good to see you. All right. So that hole now is full. I'm going to continue on from there and find out where the next place is. Okay, so there's the next section where Taya has opened up a serious can of whoop butt right there. So I want to support her in that section. And I think that's where I want to go again. So I'm going to bring that back in, and then I might as well. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so here we go. Let me see where that is. Give me 1 sec. Okay, I need to go back 1 more measure. Okay, so beat 3 on the starting measure. So here we go. Yeah, that's it. So just enough of that subtle pulsing helps. It pushes that whole section. So, hey Marilyn, good to see you. Good morning to you. Welcome. Okay, so we're good there. We're good there. I'm going to Control Save. And then I'm going to play on from there. So far, so good. We're getting close. That's a long save. All right, here we go. Okay, interesting. I know I had scored more than that, and I don't see it here, so I'm a little concerned. I'm going to see if I save that in a different place. So, all right, good. All right, so that's done. Perfect. Okay, so that was Q29, and that is done. So I'm going to save that. And now I'm going to open up Q30. And Q30 is the last one I need to finish. Q30 is the actual close before we go into the final credits. And so this will take a few minutes to save, and we'll go from there. So now the next step after I finish Q30 will be a reveal. And so actually, the total Q count on this film is 31 if you count the end credits, and the end credits is a very long piece, but one of my favorites. And so that's where the Q count ended up with. Good morning, Martin. How are you? I just went back to Q29 and I added, let me try that again. I went back to Q29 and I added movement in two key places. Very subtle movement. And so let me know if you want me to send that off to you. I'd be happy to. And it's basically in a couple sections in the fighting that I felt like the score slowed down for a second without something light underneath to keep the momentum going. So now I'm going to finish up Q30. I'm going to open that, and that'll take a few minutes because it's a huge file. So Q30 is the film wrap up. There is some action in here, but all the storyline comes together in Q30. It kind of, you get a sense of what they've been doing and what the intensity has been about and all that stuff. That's this section of the film right before credit roll. Thank you, Martin. Hey guys, if you have any questions for the director, he's on. Martin. Awesome. Devin, if you're still here, good to see you. No need to send 29 changes. That sound great. Looking forward to 30. Excellent. So I'm loading that right now, and I think there are also a couple holes that need to be filled with this. There's some final stuff here, and it just takes a minute to load. So, Voices of War, Men of the North, all kinds of great sounds loading up. And once this is done, then the mix starts, and with the mix, there'll be a stereo mix, and then there'll be a 5.1 mix. And 5.1 is my favorite. You should hear it here in surround. It's unbelievably good. Just the sound and everything, and surrounded by Adams speakers and a subwoofer, and it's just wonderful. So this is all loading. Sorry about this, how long this takes. Hey Jeff, if you're still on, good to see you. Virtually see you, but this is the wrap up of the film, audio wise, at least score wise, and then everything gets assembled and by our editor. And I forgot our editor's name. Do you remember what our editor's name? Well, of course you do, Martin. You're working with him. I haven't met him before. It seemed like a really wonderful guy. And hey, John, good to see you. But he's going to be putting everything together and doing the final mix, and I'll give him a 2-track mix and stereo, and then I'll give him a 5.1 mix. So, all right, we're about loaded here, Everything's looking good. All the windows are popping up. We're populating here. Everything is good. All right, sweet. Okay, now then, let me look at it real quick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a listen. Don't need that. And just see where we are with everything on this final. And let me mute the dialogue. Okay, here's what I got so far. And right now I'm just going to watch and see, again, where the holes are. All right, here we go. Okay, so there's a hole right there. So in that section, there needs to be some melody, I believe. And so, and I think it's going to come from basses and cellos, to be truthful. Subtle things like that. So I'm going to add that right now, and here we go. Okay, good. So just in that section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what I just recorded and I'm going to octave that up so that the cellos play the same line. And it'll punch through the mix just a bit. And put that right there. All right, let's hear that. Yeah, good so far. Saving. Thinking there should be some motion in here of some sort. Okay, so in that section, I'm missing the voices. And so I'm going to come up here to these guys, and I'm going to put those in this place. So I'm looking for my timing. Not yet. 36, 9, 40, 44. Okay, so at 44, I'm going to bring in the voices, which will match what we're seeing. So I'm going to get closer to 44. And let me see where I get out. Okay, 54. All right, so I'm going to add this in here. And here we go. Okay, I may have held that too long, so let me take a look at that. I did. So I can just trim that right here. And I'm going to trim that when we pull away from the shot, which is at 54. Oh yeah, I went way too long. All right. I guess I just like these guys. All right. So I'm going to bring the volume down right there. And that should work. So let me look at the timing of that now. Yeah, much better. Great. All right, playing on. I'm tempted to put motion in here, but yet I'm not. I almost. Oh. So motion starts there. So most likely I'm not going to add motion. And the reason being is what we're seeing is pretty dark. It's end of the world stuff, basically. So, and we're seeing not good things happen in one of our leads' mind and what he's thinking. And so we're starting to see that. So I think the unsettledness of not having emotion and just having the stillness of what we're watching will work, in my opinion. Martin is the final say, obviously, but that is that. So I'm going to play from there, and then I'm going to see how we get out, and then I think we're really close. So here we go from there. Just found a very important piece. Okay, good. All right. So I think we're good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play from the beginning of that all the way to the end of the credits, and one last time here, and let you listen. I think this is complete. I'm happy with it. I'm happy enough to submit it, and it gets real poignant in the last minute to 2 minutes of the film what's going on, and so and a lot of spaces, a lot of places where there are doesn't feel like there's much going on. I'm leaving room for dialogue, and there's dialogue that I obviously I can't play right now, but that's what's going on. So I'm gonna play that whole cue to the end of the film. Hey Elma, good to see you. Tony, hey Sue. Christopher, good to see you. Oh, great, thank you. Hey Bob. Sandy, good morning. Sorry, just catching up with everybody. Oh, hey, Dean. Okay, good. Dean is so Dean Meadows, thank you for the reminder. I have the gift of name memory. That's just not true. But that's why I named my kids 1, 2, and 3. So Dean is doing a wonderful job doing a ton of heavy lifting on this. Editors are really an unsung hero on the film. That's why editors, you can see, like actors and composers, they win awards because the people that are in the business understand how much lifting is done by the editor. So, okay, all right. So let me play that section, and this is from the final to the end of the film, the credits, everything. And then let me know what you think. I'd love to know if you like it. I know it's hard to tell because you can't see the film, but film is great. It's amazing, and you gotta see it when it comes out. In Tenebras. Okay, so here's that section all the way to the end, and I'll try to follow your comments. Here we go. They're lurking. Dialogue, dialogue, and dialogue's coming to an end. There's a lot of shots and sound effects and screaming in there. That's why I'm just pulsing in the bottom in that section. So now there's some important dialogue, and we just found the whole theme of the film right there. There's dialogue. our main guy is coming to grasp with what's happening. A lot of sound effects here, so I'm out of the way. There's a presence around here. That's why you're hearing the voices subtly. There's dialogue. This is all underscore, which means we're not in the way of the dialogue. Underscore underneath the dialogue. A lot of diabolical stuff happening here. Now the sadness of what's going on with, yeah, it's not good. This is very dark. And I thought instead of ending big, would end with some sadness. Score ends, final words. Really bad right there. This is really bad. And then we go to the credits. Culmination of the themes of the movie right here. Timed with visuals, the title of the movie coming up. There's the title. Now kind of like an ending tag where we can see what really happened in the aftermath. Dialogue. Killer Corvette, by the way, right here. Oh, thanks, Maureen. There's pulsing because you know everything is really bad right now. We're an hour and 50 into the film. That was a bad thing that happened right there. I wanted to accentuate that with a Grand Casa, big bass drum. Now we're coming toward the end, where we do all the final credit rolls. I'm building to the intensity. Of what's being said. You know it's not good. Agreed, Alma. Agreed. Thinking. Final thought right there. And now we're going to roll credits. Final credits here. That was one of my favorite themes in the movie right there. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. I'm old now, so I have a lot of practice. Hey, Pam, good to see you. Yeah, me too. I can breathe. But we're not done yet. Buckle up. And now we're going to land the plane. We're going to land the end credits with some underscore. Oh, thank you, Alma. Tell me where to send the money on that one. Oh, thank you, John. That was a very kind thing to say as well. Appreciate that. I love how this is all in minor, but I wanted to hit a major here, right there. Okay, enough hope. Let's get into the darkness. Thank you, Jennifer. Oh, thank you. Now, this is key right here. I talked about this before. I did this on purpose. The piano, I use the pitch bend to put it out of tune. So it's irritating with the string, and I wanted to cause some irritation. Do you hear that? Because it doesn't end hopeful. And that's the end of the credits right there, which brings me to the end of the entire score. Unless Martin has some changes on that end part, he will definitely let me know for sure. But I think that that wraps everything up. And so now I'm going to just send that section to Martin to watch and send me notes or approve either way. And then once that's done, tomorrow I go into mix and start mixing. Mix is going to be a little intense because there's a stereo. Thank you, Alma. Hey, Mike, good to see you. My longtime friend, Mike. Um, there's a mix process in stereo, and which will be for stereo players and for a soundtrack. And then there's the 5.1 for the actual film itself, where all these sounds you're hearing will be around your head. And tomorrow I'll go through and I'll place those in different places. If I could stream in 5.1 and you could hear it in 5.1, I think you'd enjoy it. Because I'm taking some of those sounds that you're hearing and putting behind your head. And if this was a Dolby Atmos mix, then I'd be putting them over your head as well, or over to the right and just fly them across your head where you got to duck, and it's pretty intense. Um, but the requirements on this film is just a 5.1 a stereo or a 2.1 mix, so we'll be doing that tomorrow. And thank you so much, Christopher. I may stream the mix, I'm not sure. Mixes are incredibly boring. I could probably lose some followers. Just it's like watching paint dry. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. Um, After the mix, then I do have a couple of other projects that are coming up as well. So I think I'm going to continue streaming if you guys like it. The next project, I agree, John. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see. It'll definitely be available in the film for sure. But that's all kind of Martin's call on that stuff. So I'm a servant in this project. Um, the thing that I like about this project is Templegate, my company and my partner's company, Tennille and Mark, we're involved in the process of this film. And Mark has done some voiceover on this film and done some dialogue replacement. So, and then another production company, Jane, who has Broken Hand Productions, she's involved in the production. So this is the first collab. Martin's in the lead. It's his project, and we're coming along as support on this project. And it's our first collab that we've put out. So I'm excited about this. We'll see Templegate in the film, in the credits, and our wonderful logo put together by a guy I cannot name, but he has done graphics on Halo. He's done graphics on more games than Destiny 2. I mean, he's a monster, and he did our graphics for him, and I'm so appreciative of him and his work, and he's incredible artist. Um, so that will be in this film, which we're really proud of. And we're just really proud to work with Martin. Martin is just such a man full of integrity and honor, and gives artists so much room to do things. He'll set the parameters and then he'll just say run with it. And it just makes it so much fun for creatives to work under those kind of conditions. A lot of dialogue happens before we get to actually putting our hands on something or doing something. And dialogue happens where Martin lays out, gives examples, lays out, what he wants, what he's looking for. Oh, sorry. I did have a good night's sleep, believe it or not. And then we work within those parameters. So it's good to be at the end of this. There is a red carpet premiere in Gibraltar, which I am working on possibly going. I've never been to Gibraltar. I think it would be an amazing trip, but we'll see how that goes with timing and everything toward the end of May. So that will be a lot of fun to see it there and see it by the Rock, which I'm dying to see. So hopefully I can pull that off. And then Templegate is just, you guys have been, those of you have been following us for a long time. Templegate Films is on the verge of doing what we're, it's just the scale of what we're getting ready to do will change the direction of the three of us and Martin and Jane and some other people outside and our distributor. It'll change all of our direction. So those of you who pray, just pray that that the deals finish and they lock in, and then we will be cranking out movies for the next 5 to 10 years, if not more. Just our own productions will be coming under and supporting some other productions that will come through us and partner with us. And and some other plans that I can't go into, but it's all life-changing stuff. So we're excited about that. We're just waiting for our team, our financing team and stuff to get it into a place where we could launch. And once we launch, then the world changes for us. So until then, we'll be doing films and television and special projects, but I'm hoping that we're within 30 days of all that happening. That's what it kind of feels like, but we'll need a few more indicators to really say. And we've got some really good people that are helping us and forward, and so we're looking forward to that. And we'll also be partnering with another new friend of ours named Guma on some projects in Africa, and so we'll be involved in the production there, and so a lot of good things happening for Templegate and for our partners, Martin, Jane, and a few other partners that I won't name yet right now. So we're looking forward to that. And until then, I get to just score films. How fun is that? But once that does change, then I'm obviously going to compose for all the films and all the shows that we'll be doing. But also move back into a production role. And after the first couple films, I'm looking forward to stepping into a director's role. So now that I'm going into my 60s, that's my goal, is to be on the other side of the table instead of the side where the composer sets. I'm going to be over there on the other side of the table, which I'm excited about, and it's definitely a dream come true. I'm happy it happened when I'm 60 later in life. Yeah, I'm 60. I'm an old man, but I think that was the right timing for that, and so I'm excited for my friends, my dear friends Mark and Tennille, and as we move into that, into that role, I will keep you updated as I can release details. So enough of that. Thanks for hanging out and hearing me talk, hearing me play, and I appreciate every one of you. A lot of you have been friends here since dirt. I think I jumped onto Facebook in 2007, I think, and some of you guys have been my friends since then, and seen us go through many things. So obviously, I don't know what you're saying, obviously too, but I probably 100% agree with you, Alma. So thanks again, guys. I'm going to call it here. I'm going to get this off to Martin, and so he can do the final listen. And man, I can't wait for the mix. So God bless you guys, and thanks again. Have a great day. I'll see you later online, I'm sure.